Florida Governor Rick Scott earlier addressed the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting. 5 people killed. Scott telling reporters he's been in contact with the president-elect, vowing to hold those responsible accountable.
Whoever is responsible will be held accountable to the full extent of the law. So let me repeat this. The state of Florida, the citizens of Florida, law enforcement in this state will not tolerate evil acts. Whoever is responsible will be held accountable to the full extent of the law.
Obviously, the governor at that time, under the impression, as nearly every one of us was, in the early moments of this tragedy, that it could have been an act of terror. That has not been ruled out, by the way, but it appears that the shooter was a deeply disturbed veteran. We'll learn more throughout this evening and in the days ahead, and we'll be bringing all of that to you. Joining us now is the former Assistant Director of the FBI in New York, Bill Gavin. Bill, great to have you with us. Even in this terrible, terrible circumstance, we are now looking at the importance of policy, because it appears that this young man is a veteran who is in deep psychological pain, deeply disturbed. Your thoughts?
Lou, as I looked at this this afternoon and trying to make some sense of what happened, or trying to follow the chronology of what happened, this individual leaving Anchorage, Alaska, stopping in Minneapolis, on his way to Fort Lauderdale. In Anchorage, Alaska, he obviously has a weapon with ammunition in his checked baggage. Number one, that checked baggage cannot be checked at the curbside, because they check it, throw it in that anonymous hole in the ground, and it goes someplace. That baggage has to go to the ticket counter. The individual carrying the weapon in the bag has to tell the person at the ticket counter they have a firearm in their baggage. Then they have to sign a declaration saying that the firearm is not loaded. It has to be locked in a hard case and should be locked subsequently with a trigger lock or with some other thing to incapacitate the weapon there. You can't ship the ammunition in that hard shell case with the weapon. Now, after that's done, some airports, you know, you walk over and you have to give it to the TSA guy and he runs it through the scanner. In other airports, it goes on that anonymous belt again and goes a hole in the ground. But it has to go through a scanner. Lou, what happened in Anchorage that weapon wasn't detected when it went through a scanner, no matter what tactic they used or what protocol they had? Now he gets to Fort Lauderdale, takes the bag off the belt, goes to the restroom, takes the weapon out, and comes out and takes the life of 5 innocent people and absolutely injures, and we don't know to what degree yet, 8 other individuals. This is deplorable. And if this is the fault of TSA not doing their job, somebody has to be held accountable.
And, you know, as you say that, I'm thinking, but they will not be. TSA is such another one of those great, vast, expansive bureaucracies. It has become that. No one will be held accountable. And the other thing, you said something very interesting. You have to take that, you have to make a declaration about that weapon. A handgun, it's just, you know, what, a terrorist is going to make a declaration? No. That's a risk that they would take. It's obviously a lapse in our security system at our airports, and it has to be fixed. That's all there is to it. And if we depend so much, there should be no room there for human error whatsoever when it comes to the transport of a weapon.
You're absolutely right, Lewis. As a retired federal agent, I go to the counter. If I was shipping, I have to show them, number one, I have a document that says I'm a retired federal agent. Number two, I have to show that I do, in fact, have a license to have that weapon. And number three, I have to conform to the rules of the airline and to the rules of the government. And that is sign that declaration. That declaration has to go in the package, the case, the hard shell case, with the weapon and the ammunition. What in God's name happened here in Anchorage, Alaska?
Well, it's a tragedy.
The airline itself, the airline said that, Air Canada said, nobody declared carrying a weapon on that flight.
Yeah,
so
it's terrible.
It goes to TSA.
By the way, we want to let everybody know that Fort Lauderdale Airport, you still see the police and security vehicles and officers there. But this is live pictures coming to you. This is a live picture of an aircraft getting ready to go down the tarmac and move to the runway. The airport is open. It's been open for the past almost hour. It opened at 7 o'clock as we began this broadcast. So that part of Fort Lauderdale Airport returning to operation. Bill Gavin, we thank you very much for your insight and joining us here tonight. We thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you, Lou. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.